Hi guys, welcome back. This is the first episode of Jump the Apex and I have been joined from across the pond, a Bont quad star, also a Team USA member and New York Stock Exchange skater, KenboSlice. How you doing, Kenbo?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing really well. It's a little bit late, but then again we'll do everything we can to accommodate the most famous people in roller derby.
Works for me.
Obviously, as part of the catch-up, the people of roller derby community have been sending in lots and lots of questions for me to ask you. So I reckon we should jump straight into it.
Let's do it.
So, first question from Tomahawk Banks from LRT, Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder, wants to know, what is your biggest motivation within roller derby?
Well, what's up, Tomahawk? I had fun skating against you. My biggest motivation, hands down, is just the spread of the game. Whenever you find something that you just love and you want people to love like you do, you just spread it. And that's my biggest motivation. It's one reason why I still spread the love of soccer. I played it my whole life, and I just want people to love that sport. And when I joined roller derby 4 years ago, I fell in love with it instantaneously. My first game was a rush. It was like a roller coaster ride that lasted 60 minutes. It was intense. It was great. And I just want everyone in the world to know that intensity, to feel that rush. There's nothing better than just skating as fast as you can around a track, hitting people or avoiding being hit, in my case.
I think we all feel that rush. As well, it's just brilliant being part of that camaraderie, isn't it? With your friends, with your best friends.
Exactly. I have friends all around the world now. It's perfect. I can travel anywhere and stay with anyone I want. People can come to New York City and stay with me. Just hit me up on Facebook and let me know.
So, brilliant. Second question then. So, Boss Bear from Southern Discomfort Roller Derby wants to know, you grew up playing soccer. Apart from the natural agility and athletic mentality, what other tools made the switch to roller derby so apparently easy?
Well, it would just have to be the athletic drive, the athletic mentality of the sport. Because I feel like roller derby, when it first entered, was kind of just that, like, hey, let's go skate, let's have fun. But when I entered roller derby in 2012, it was starting to get very competitive, very goal-driven, and I thrive off of competitiveness, and I always want to be better than the best person I see. And, you know, as I've grown in this sport, it's because I've seen people and I've wanted to be like them or better than them. And so it's always that, it's just the competitive drive. Like, it's made roller derby so easy for me because I am so goal driven. I think that might be the American in me too. But I also think playing football for so long in my life, I just have always had footwork and agility. I've always trained. I've played sports where endurance was important. I've played sports where agility is key. And it translates over to skating easily. And I think the biggest thing too is, even though I never skated quads a day in my life up until I put on skates to play roller derby is slow. It's supposed to be slow. So you can do a lot of toe stop running and just like juking and doing what you need to do. So it really makes it a lot easier for me to just translate previous agility skills to this. I also just think that doing a lot of toe stop work, or, you know, doing what are those boxes called where you do agility foot drills and you do lateral movements and side to side things, like doing that translates to roller derby 100-fold. So I guess that's made it easy. There's really no other outside thing. It's just that goal-driven mentality of mine that's made roller derby so easy because I've wanted to be the best.
Brilliant. And then with that kind of successful mentality and the way that the game's formed, success breeds success, doesn't it? With everything that we do.
I would agree. So,
third question from Dougie's Grave of Inhuman League. He asks, the latest release of the rules favours the flow of the game. So with more 5-on-5 play and fewer power jams, how do you think the game and teams will or should change in response?
I mean, it honestly just sounds like people need to up their endurance. It sounds like off skates training is going to become key and quintessential to the sport. The teams that weren't off skates training and they weren't doing stuff outside of their 2 or 3 hour practice 2 or 3 times a week are now going to have to start going to the gym and doing some kind of cardio training. I mean, I don't see what else they would have to do other than up the training to be able to withstand a full 2-minute jam if you're a jammer, or have the mental toughness to withstand a full 2-minute jam when you're trying to stop a jammer for 2 minutes.
Cool. So, next part. He also wants to know, do you think it will draw in more of a crowd?
Maybe, maybe not. It depends on what the outcome is. If the game's really slow and boring and there isn't enough happening, I don't see a crowd really wanting to come watch super boring roller derby. But if it definitely changes it for the good and makes everything more intense and exciting, then for sure it will bring the crowd in.
And the last part of it, he wants to know what your thoughts are on the 2017 rule set.
I mean, I've read them briefly. I didn't dive into it. I've kind of been enjoying my off season. I guess we'll see what really happens when I go to play my first game in 2017 and see how those rules just float on with the game.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been saying in the UK. At the end of the day, we can't give an opinion on these rules until we've played them.
Right.
Give them a chance first.
I agree.
Awesome. So, Illbilly from Southern Discomfort Roller Derby wants to know, what is the toughest game that you have played?
I would definitely have to say it was the SDRD shock game in 2015 Champs down in St. Louis.
You don't have to say that, you know. He's not fishing for compliments, honestly.
I know he's not, but that was honestly probably one of the toughest games. I don't know. Something about SDRD and taking that cube formation and really just like making it work. It seemed like our jammers had issues. I had issues. Once you get sunk and caught by that, it's rough. It's brutal. I just remember that game going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. For a minute, I was flipping out, thinking that we were going to lose this game first round to this team from across the pond. And I was just like, wait, but we're the shock exchange. We don't lose games like this. And final jam, we managed to pull it out, which I'm thankful for. And I'm thankful it was me that pulled it out. No offense, guys. I mean, that was probably definitely the hardest game. And if that's not the hardest game I played, it was England versus USA 2016 World Cup final. Again, the cube, it's brutal to play against and jam against unless you have really efficient offense.
Yeah, offense is key with the cube.
It is. Smart offense. It can't just be any offense. You have to keep playing it. You can't just stop.
Definitely. I would say as well, SDRD as a team, just as a force in Europe, are just phenomenal. And every time they go over to the US, we're just so proud and we just all watch them and just fanboy over everything that they achieve while they're at Champs.
Right. Europe should be really proud of SDRD when it comes to men's roller derby. They have accomplished a lot.
So, next question. Dr. Stevel from Southern Discomfort Roller Derby, who is now Mild Discomfort's bench coach. Fantastic. Congratulations to you, Stevel. Wants to know, what are your views on Champs being in Europe this year?
I'm actually really excited about that for multiple reasons, to be honest. One, I think it's completely fair for us USA teams to come over and skate against the best that Europe has to offer. I'm excited because it's Wales, it's the UK. UK is one of my favorite places to visit. Going back to the fairness thing, you have SDRD, you've had New Wheeled Order, and you've had Time and Fear come over to the States to skate and try to work on their rankings. That way they can kind of gauge where they are. And I think it would be awesome for us in the United States to come over there. That way more European teams have that ability and chance to maybe play these teams that they would never get to play, because it does open the door for, or the opportunity for teams to set up teams or set up games for them to play, which, let's be honest, I don't think Pan Am Squad or even the Crash Test Brummies or anyone like that's just going to be like, oh, let's go to America and go skate against your mom, the gatekeepers, high-level teams. But now with us coming to the UK, it's an opportunity. So I am really excited about it, and I can't wait to go to Wales.
I completely agree. I think it's a really fair thing that Champs are coming over to the UK this year. But I do know that wherever Champs would be, the Europe would represent, because we do it for the love of the sport. As you guys will come over to Europe, you do it for the love of the sport.
My biggest thing with it right now is you have the same 9 teams, and then you have SDRD. But now with it also being in Europe, we have the chance for Time and Fear and a few other teams who probably couldn't afford to travel to the United States for their championship spot now have that opportunity. It will be exciting to hopefully see Champs with a mix-up of teams rather than it being the same 10 teams or 9 teams with a random team being thrown in because they were the next closest team who could afford to come.
Next question. Lana Lanthrax of Old Reeky Roller Girls, or ARG as we like to know them, wants to know, what is your off skates routine? Now, when she asked this question, I wasn't particularly sure whether she meant your off skates routine in terms of your preparation for a game, or whether she meant your off skates routine in what you do as your off skates training. So if you'd answer both of them, that'd be brilliant.
Totally. So I guess for game prep, I usually wake up, make sure I eat a good breakfast. I definitely start focusing on the game. I get in my mental prep. When we get within a couple hours of the game, I really just try to zone in and focus. I'm actually not a nervous ninny. I never really get too worried, but I really do focus and just kind of zone in. I can talk and shoot the crap with everyone and do whatever, but when it comes time for those 30 minutes before game, it's just music, everything. I'm focused. I kind of drown out everyone only because I want to get into the zone. But I definitely I'm always listening to music that pumps me up. I try to eat as healthy as I can. Nothing too special, nothing too rigorous. Now, for off-stage training in general for the sport, I do a lot of biking. Leading up to the World Cup and leading up to champs, I was biking close to anywhere from 20 to 30 miles a day. And I wasn't just biking. I had on this mask to help me breathe and everything, and I was pushing it and I was going as fast as I can. I was hitting the gym 5 to 6 days a week because men's roller derby is no joke. I don't know how it is for women's. I know it's hard, but men hit hard, so I have to prep my body for a different type of contact. I feel women are very fluid and low, and it's just very slow and grind it out. Where men, it's slow, grind it out, but then you really have to drive and punch and not get hit. Yeah, a lot of strength training. I definitely do a lot of cardio and a lot of stuff with my legs.
So just out of interest then, what is your track of choice to go to when you're preparing for a game?
I guess it kind of just depends on my mood. There is a Bauer song called Kung Fu, and it really just mixes a lot of good music. You have your hip-hop music. If it's rock music, it's definitely going to be Second Sucks by A Day to Remember.
Awesome. So, final question. Joe Day of Newcastle Roller Girls just basically wants to know, what happened to the man bun?
Well, long story short, I was cutting my hair one day because I noticed that I had hair this length and my man bun hair, but I had some hair sticking up all crazy And so I took my beard clippers with a shave guard and I went to clip, and I took a little bit off, but I wasn't satisfied. It was still really uneven. So I clipped even more, and it ended up taking a 3 to 4 millimeter chunk into my hair out. And I was just this isn't good. So I looked at it and was my barber could line it up, but my hair was already it wasn't that wide. And I was okay, well, he can even it. It will be even shorter. So I just took I took my beard clippers to it with the shave guard and just shaved everything off and said, screw it. It will grow back. I need a fresh start anyway.
Just basically all or nothing.
All or nothing.
I think as well what she was asking is whether it came with superhuman powers.
That's yet to be seen. We'll find out in 2017, won't we?
Definitely so. So that's basically the end of the questions that the people have sent in, or the ones that we've felt it appropriate to ask you. So just general conversation. I heard that you're coming over to Sweden to see a good friend of mine, Swedehurt.
I am. I definitely miss my sister from another mister, so I planned a trip. February 2nd through 11th, I will be in Sweden. I'm pretty excited. I haven't seen her in a year and some change since she's gone back to Sweden. She used to be my roommate, so it's been a while.
Did you used to share Elsa dresses from Frozen?
Totally. High heels, makeup, everything. Shared it.
So while you're over in Sweden then, what are the plans? Have you got any boot camps planned or attending training sessions?
Well, currently I'm talking to Mangrease and Matthias Carlson. Word is February 4th. It looks like I will be doing a boot camp. I don't know if they're extending an invite to people outside, but the word is February 4th.
Something to look out for then. Something
to look out for. If you're interested and you want to come visit Sweden and check out snowy Sweden and spend some time with me, come. The more the merrier.
So as well, have you got any plans to do any other boot camps, like travel Europe or maybe even come over to see the mild-mannered people of the UK?
Yeah, I definitely want to come back to the UK. I had a brief stint when I went to France last year to coach. So I'm hoping to maybe do a 2-week tour, maybe 3, might even push it 4 weeks long, just depending on what I can get. I would love to come visit people. I would love to go hang out. I would come to Scotland, go to Wales. I would totally go to North Ireland. I would totally go to Ireland. I mean, wherever, anywhere, everywhere.
And Lincoln.
I mean, I'd come to Lincoln too. But yeah, hopefully 2 to 4 weeks. I mean, I'm relatively cheap too. I mean, all I ask is you to pay for my travel cost expense.
So just going on to a couple of little final questions. A question that I want to ask everyone as part of the catch-up is what boot and what setup they're going to be running for the 2017 season.
Cool. Well, as you all know, I am sponsored by Bont, so I love to roll the Bonts, and that's just how I've always been. But this year I requested the USA edition Bont Hybrid Carbons. I will not skate on any other boot. They're hands down the best boot on the market. I don't care what anyone says. I'll be rocking the Infinity plates. The cool thing about these plates is they have different degrees of trucks, and you can switch them in and out simultaneously. They have different colors. But this year I'm rocking the all gold 20-degree plates. I'll be getting a little bit more jam time in, so I kind of want that speed. And then FXX wheels or Royal Assassins, which are hands down the best wheels on the market.
That wheel, before I started riding on my TKOs, the Royal Assassin wheel, absolute beautiful wheel.
Hands down, it saved me at the World Cup.
So that concludes the first episode of The Catch-Up on Jump the Apex. I've been Toots.
I'm KenboSlice. Commit and take flight. Commit and take flight. Commit and take flight. So I would like to introduce the one and only Vicious Van Gogo of New York Chalk Exchange by way of Texas Roller Girls, by way of Madison, by way of Texas again. She spent 10 years in roller derby. She's known worldwide, and she is the one and only Gogo.
With that kind of introduction, I don't know. Hi, everybody. I'm Vicious Van Gogo. That was a big introduction. I think that was very long-winded. I'm just Vicious Van Gogo. I play with Gotham. Or I skated with Gotham.
So next episode of The Catch-Up, we get to interview the lovely Vicious Van Gogo, of which we are very, very excited about. Hopefully, it's going to be far more professional than Kenbo.
I'll remember the tagline, so it's fine.
That's good, that's good. We weren't supposed to mention that he forgot the tagline, but that's cool. We are very excited to interview you next time on The Catch-Up. So anybody out there who's got a question for the lovely Vicious Van Gogo, either comment below on this video or you can message the Jump the Apex Facebook page. Thank you very much.
And on the count of 3, go, 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 go. On the count of 3, everybody run back to your fantasy. Now